Hi, Denny. How you doing? Okay, so I've got you queued up here somewhere. Where did you go? Let's see. Here you are. Okay. All right, so let's get started here and take a look. Okay, your written rationale is really making good sense. And I think that right now the order is pretty good. And I'm going to be commenting throughout the process. So let's just kind of take this comments as like going into your final. Okay, some things are going to be repeated. So, okay, so this page, you don't need it. I don't know what this is. Marketing portfolio, introduction, advertisements, my project process, and image creations. I don't know what that is. And if that's something you want to add to your portfolio after the class is done, that's awesome. Right now, we have to submit this at the end of the session. We have to submit to the department for review. So we really need to stick to what the the requirements are for this class. As I said, once this class is done, you can go ahead and reformat this to the way that you feel it's the most effective, okay? This page right here is not needed. It's confusing. I would start with an introduction page with your logo and your name. So right now, we don't get to your name here until your cover letter, which isn't even really part of your background page of your portfolio. So if you notice, Danae, I'm going through here and nowhere on any of these pages has your contact information. Unless you, yeah, so that's something you really need to consider. Now, what I would suggest doing is, so I would go ahead and redesign the background page. Now you can keep it the way it is, but the way that you introduce yourself, okay, so let's forget this marketing portfolio. Let's just say this is your introduction page. So you would have your logo and your name and maybe graphic designer. That's it. That's it. And then you would start in, you're always going to leave a blank page between your welcome page and your the start of your portfolio. So you can actually have another a blank page with a quote. A lot of designers put their favorite quote or something like that, something relevant to the art world or the design world in their first page, and then a blank page, and then and then their logo page, name, then a blank page, and then we start with the work. Okay, so what we have here is that you're starting with the cover letter. Now, again, after the class is over, this won't be part of your portfolio because the person you are sending it will have gotten this prior, right? As far as including this in your portfolio to submit to the department, this is great, but you're going to have to put a hairline stroke around this cover letter so that we know where the edge of the page is, all right? And if this is your setup, that's fine. I think this is kind of very pedestrian in terms of describing this as a typeface for your portfolio. I think it's really stuffy, and I would go with the sans serif, something a lot more modern and friendly and opening and warming and such. This is just too really traditional stuff. Is that what I'm Garamond? What is that? I'm not sure. But anyways, okay, and then we get into this personal identity resume, and then you're starting this whole thing again. My goal that I be as brief as possible, yet still not. I don't know if that's, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need any of this. You're starting to get real wordy again, and that's concerning me a little bit. So I'm going to show you another presentation. Okay, again, here, this brochure is meant to show that I have a sense of humor and that I can. Well, if you have to describe that, if you have to say, hey, this is funny and I have a sense of humor, then if you have to tell somebody that, then it's not coming through in your design. Do you understand what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to describe your design. I mean, everything should be very, very apparent. This up here without that stroke around the ad, this looks like part of the ad. Okay? Again, I just want to come down here and take a look at this text here. World's largest rabbits. Oh, this has to go. Yeah. Let me see what is that? Okay, let me just back down here a little bit and then see. Okay, so here we have this introduction up here. on your letterhead. Okay, then you have personal identity, 5 images of your best work. This has to do with your, some of your other work, 5 images of your best work, just like kind of an introductory page. So that's cool. I think there's too much on this page. Again, you don't have to describe every piece, okay? Moving on to this page, you have this. You have this described here, and then you have this ads being, I don't even know what this is. Evil Dead in 19, I don't know. Yeah, are those your credits? If those are your credits, those go on a separate page at the end. Yeah, those go on a separate page at the end of the presentation. So you don't want to muddy up your page with that. Or this. This piece is called Magazine Cover Risk Taking. The selection shows that I am comfortable. Get rid of it. Your work looks great. The page is set up nice. You just have too much. You're falling back into the wordiness, Danae. And I mean, okay, now I want to show you something, okay? I'm going to show you something exactly. I want to show you another portfolio. Now, your work looks great, so that's why I'm going through these pages. I'm just, okay, let me show you another portfolio, and this time I just want you to think about this. And I'm going to tell you something here. When I go through a portfolio review, which I do about 3,000 times a year, I'm going to go ahead and tell you exactly how I'm going to go through a portfolio. I get a portfolio that comes across my desk for a designer that wants to work for me, and I see this, okay, and I go, okay, that's cool, pretty tasteful, nice job, good alignment, good typography, nice quote. Okay, let's go down here. Okay, so of course I can't show this for copyright sake, but in between this page and the first page, there's a page that says the name of the designer as well as their logo. Okay, so then we come over here, and then that page, that logo is set in this color here and this color here. So that we come over here and we have this continuation based on this. We have this little table set up on the bottom. That's it. No, I was trying to show this. I was trying to show that, posters. That's it. Okay, the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you how fast I go through a portfolio. And you figure if I'm going through, 50, 60, 70, sometimes 100 a day, let me show you how I go through a portfolio. I go like this. I go, okay, there, nice, good layout, good posters, interesting, nice consistent layout, good typography. Everything is very consistent. Nice, okay, good packaging, good grid layout, nice attention to space. Work is looking really good. That's a nice shot, good photography, excellent layout. That's a nice, okay, and then I would go through and say good packaging, good use of Photoshop, nice motion graphics, really good presentation of web, nice incentive, taking a poster and putting it on a wall and photographing it. Good presentation on these product shots, really excellent presentation. That's how fast I would go through it, and I would go like this. I would take this portfolio, I'd put over on this side of a will call or do call. Okay, so and so when you're putting all of this stuff in here, like nobody's going to read it, and I just don't want to disappoint you thinking that you need any of this, because you really don't. Your portfolio reviewer is going to go like this. Going to go like this. Okay, we got this. Let's think. Okay, we got the cover letter, resume. I'll go through that in a minute. This page is really cluttered. I wonder why each one of these is. There's a lot of words on here for a portfolio, and then all these words down here. What's going on? Why is this not? Okay, see what I'm saying? So nobody's going to stop and read anything. I just want you to be aware of that. It's going to be a skimming process. That's why it's so important to be consistent. Okay, right over here, for instance, this would raise a big red flag because you have type going right over your logo. Okay, so great pages with your sketches, but you don't need to tell anyone about them. All right, I think I've kind of beat this to death. So, okay, good job today. Any questions? Get with me. Okay, thanks.